this is a channel called Blackheart Night, and they did a video reviewing my video. You know, so it and this video is titled "Moronic Frauditor Tries to Get into Secure Area, but laughably fails." Let's see how this goes. And for one, this is another channel who they have almost 10,000 subscribers and don't show their face. And let me show y'all what this looks like. It's all stuff. This channel doesn't look like it's has anything to do with anything righteous. This looks like chaos, destruction, demonic, you know, whatever, etc., etc., etc. This person also never shows their face. That's why I noticed it's always something like this, or or when they do show their face, they look like, you know, they just look terrible. Like Frauded Wrangler, he just looks terrible. Like that's why I would never take these channels serious or deal with them. Like, come on. So he decided to do a video on my video that I posted a couple weeks ago, and let's review it and hear what he says about this video. Right. But check this out, y'all. Like, just look at this. Like, who's supporting this? Skull face, red eyes. And the name of the channel is Blackheart Night. Why is your heart black?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel.
Listen to how he sounds. Come on, bro. That's what do y'all picture when you hear him? What do you picture?
Hello, everybody.
He sounds like a South Park character.
In today's video, we find ourselves in Hillsborough County, Florida, at the local courthouse as a frauditor named AUDITINGWHILEBLACK attempts to enter a secure area but is denied access, and he demands to speak to a supervisor, and well, someone shows up and he is still denied access.
So he got all of this mixed up, which means he obviously he either wasn't paying attention or they just do what they do. So I asked for a supervisor for the security. You know, that's the supervisor I want to talk to, and he was giving me that information. The person who he said showed up was the media person in the building, but that's not she's not a supervisor. She's just a media person.
So let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay, we got the Hillsborough County building. This is a courts building. So this is a courts building. It's not a courthouse, according to, you know, according to them, this is not a courthouse. So remember that in this video. See if they respect the rights of the people.
Well, my smooth-brained friend, you should at least go on to the court website and take a look at the rules about filming on location there. And Believe me, I will be covering those here shortly because you know what? You're obviously not going to even bother looking it up nor covering them because you know what? That's just not going to fit your little narrative you're wanting to go with here that your rights were violated and everything like that. But you know what? They were not.
So let's talk about that to begin with. So he's saying I'm not gonna cover this because it's not gonna fit my little narrative. I don't have a narrative. I just show what happens when you enter, public buildings, exercise your First Amendment right. When you try to uh, document what's going on there, you get a lot of opposition if there is tyranny or if there is something to hide there. Not everybody is scared of the camera. But anyway, he's gonna pull up this administrative order, and you're gonna see that this order is for the courthouse. Now, whether the order is constitutional or not, I don't know how this order supersedes the Constitution, but not even getting into that, this order is for a courthouse. I wasn't this is remember, this is a court building. It's not a courthouse, and we know it's not a courthouse, and I'll show you how we know uh later because I'll show y'all right now. So how we know that it's not a courthouse, if you read this right here, it says this is from the official website. I'm going to click on the website after I read this. We are sincerely sorry for your confusion. To be clear, this is not a courthouse. This person was trying to gain access to. So it's not a courthouse. So this administrative order that he's talking about applies to courthouses. But again, he thinks that I'm the dummy when here's, they just will say anything. That's why I can't go back and forth with trolls, because they will just say anything. So this is restricted area portion of the building. This is a restricted access portion of the building across the street from the courthouse. Any person, regardless of the media member, needs a purpose approval to go into secure area at the office. So they're saying I need a purpose and approval to go to. They're lying. Everybody who was walking in there was just saying, hey, I want to go for this and that. They weren't doing a background check and, checking to see if they were actually there for what they said they were there for. It was just because I had my camera out is why I got stopped. And for me actually telling them the official business that I was there for. A different reason, and just didn't have my camera and decided to say, going up to talk to so-and-so, and then I go up there and then I start recording. I could have did that. That's really what you can do. But I decided to be forefront and honest about what I was doing. They decided to do because of it. So this is, I don't know if this is the official page, but it's, this says State Attorney's Office, the 13th Judicial Court of Hillsborough County State Attorney.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, you go. Thanks, sir. You have a good day. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, what upstairs? In order to go upstairs, you have to have a purpose to go upstairs.
Yeah.
What you guys see upstairs?
I'm documenting the building.
No, you can't come inside the building. You have to have a purpose to do.
I just told you my purpose.
No, you can't come in this way.
Do you know what that purpose is?
Well, you say you want to document the building, so.
And you know that's a First Amendment protected activity?
In the building, the reason why I have this is for people that have a reason to go upstairs on this side here.
Yeah, I just let you know my reason.
That's not a reason enough.
Well, so why don't you do some actual research and figure this stuff out instead of listening to all these other auditors who are leading you down the wrong path, you nitwit.
What do you mean? It's
Okay.
a First Amendment
That's
protected
First
activity.
Amendment right, but only to unrestricted areas. This is a restricted area.
And it says restricted.
Okay, this is a restricted area only for. That's the reason why this is here. For people that have appointments or purpose to be at the state attorney's office.
Yeah, but you're saying my purpose. You're saying my purpose is invalid, but it's a valid purpose. It's official business.
Okay, then you could try to go. You can't come in, so you're not coming in. Yeah, you could check. You could video everything here. You could go to the main courtroom, which you could open to the public, but this is not open to the public.
You mind telling me your officer?
My name is Angel
Officer
Oyola.
Oyola.
Yes.
Do you have a number on your badge? Now, the only reason I was denied is because he was saying he didn't agree with my purpose of being there. You know, I don't know why he thinks he decides that purpose, but he thinks he decides that purpose based on what somebody else has, told him. That's why I wanted to get the supervisor. I wanted to find out who told him that. Who told him that my purpose and my official business wasn't a good enough purpose. This wasn't necessarily about filming. He wasn't saying that I couldn't film. That's what people don't, that's what this person that's trying to make fun of me doesn't understand. This wasn't even about me filming. This was him denying me access based on the purpose I said I was there for. He didn't say he was saying my purpose wasn't a valid purpose. He didn't say that I couldn't record up there. So if I would have gave him what he felt like was a valid purpose of being there, I would have been able to go up there just fine, and then I could have just started recording then. So this guy, he's going on, sound like he, to people who don't know, he might sound like he's saying something, but he laid all this out. Remember this, all of this administrative order is for courthouses. Now, we just went to the Hillsborough County State Attorney official page saying that the building I was in wasn't a courthouse. Why would they think a judge has the power to supersede the Constitution? At what point in time is a judge more powerful than the Constitution?
Well, dude, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you just can't walk in there and film the courthouse in Hillsborough County, Florida, because, well, it's in their policy, which is written by the judges. And if it was unconstitutional, it would have been struck down already. So deal with it. This applies in the hallways, corridors, lobbies, and even the courtrooms, you moron. So I will leave a link in the description box below just so you can take a look at it and realize where you effed up at.
Look, insults, calling me a moron, doesn't even know what he's talking about. Remember, this is not a courthouse that I'm in. And the issue here wasn't me recording. The issue here wasn't even me recording. So he's going into all this, pulled up the administrative order, all of this. The issue here wasn't me recording. Then he said, check this link out to where I effed up at, when I know it's not a courthouse. For one, it's not a courthouse, and the issue here wasn't recording. So I don't even know. He doesn't make any sense right now, but he thinks he makes all the sense in the world. But this is a South Park character, who just made a page and started just saying anything to, I just don't get people like this. Do you have a number on your badge?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. And you're denying me access to this part of the building?
That's correct, sir.
Okay.
Because this is the state attorney's office. You have to have a purpose.
I just told you my purpose several times.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Smartass Frauditor, who thinks his rights are being violated, if you actually look up these courthouse policies and procedures, you'll notice that it says you have to give advance notice to the judge or their designee to be able to do this, with their permission, of course. So here's what you do. You file a notice with the judge, and they will look into it and approve or deny it. That way, it's all done properly.
So basically, in order to exercise your rights, you need to act. He's saying you should ask for permission to exercise your rights. How is it a right if you need to ask permission before you exercise it? Get out of here. And for two, I am not. This is not a courthouse. So this whole order, this whole video that he made was based off of him not knowing or not understanding what was going on in this video. So that should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot right off the bat. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And most of the people who, most of the trolls in the troll channels, they never know. I only seen a few trolls that made like good points and made me think about certain things. This is not making me, this is not doing anything because I know that he's completely wrong and doesn't know what he's talking about here for obvious reasons. For one, he keeps referring back to this order. Remember, this whole order is null and void for the situation that we're in right now, because like y'all seen earlier, that when I showed it, I'm not in the courthouse. And the state attorney of this county made it clear and wanted me to be clear that this is not a courthouse.
You're not being denied anything unless there's some reason like a court proceeding going on. So why don't you drop the persecution complex and get a life?
I understand.
What are you talking about, persecution complex? What? I just showed what's going on here. They denied me access to seeing the rest of the building when I said I was there to document the building. They never said I need to stop recording. He never told me to stop recording, turn my camera off. He didn't say if I go up there I couldn't record. He said he wouldn't let me up there because the reason, he didn't believe the reason that I was given was a valid reason. But if this guy actually paid attention and used his brain, he would have been able to realize that and may have went about making this video a different way.
Okay, I hope you did.
Okay.
And what's the name of your security company?
Allied Universal.
Okay, Allied again. Do you have the number to your supervisor?
I want to speak to your
Of Allied Security?
Well, that brings everything home. So he decided to throw in a South Park clip in this video, knowing that he sounds like a South Park character. Crazy. Real life cartoon people, man. Real life cartoon people.
My supervisor's over at the next building, 700 building.
700 building, okay. But you don't have that number?
So the 700 building that he was talking about, that was where that sheriff came over and told me he tried to show me a fake order, and I guess it was the same administrative order, but he didn't want to read it on camera, and he didn't want me to get it on camera because it would have shown that it didn't apply to me or the situation that I was in at that moment. He came from the courthouse. The courthouse is the courthouse. This is not the courthouse. In the next building I went to, that 700 building where I met his supervisor, was also not a courthouse. So those administrative orders weren't effective for those buildings.
Number?
No, I don't have.
And on top of that, I really think that those orders are unconstitutional as well. But before we even get into that, they don't even apply.
This number. No,
Okay.
sir.
And what's the name of the building he's at?
700, which is over here at the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have this number. I could give you the immediate supervisor who was over at the main court building, but the guy that's in charge of this account, all the government buildings, he's over there across the street at 700.
All right, I'll go talk to him.
You want to talk to Butler, who's just the immediate supervisor? No, he's not here.
Who would I be going? You say he's at the building over there.
Immediate supervisor right now, that's the supervisor over at the court building.
Mhm.
His name is White today. Well, Mr. White is here today. So you can speak to Mr. White. Let me see if I have his phone number here.
So he didn't want me. He kind of, I think he was playing, he was playing some games here. He didn't want me to talk to his actual supervisor. He wanted me to talk to the media supervisor for the actual courthouse. But remember, this is not the courthouse that I'm in. And the next building I go to is not the courthouse, but that's the building where I ran into this security guard's supervisor, which he was saying at first. Then he switched it up to give me someone else's information.
Contacts. Yeah, the other court building across the street is open to
Of course, Brian.
everybody.
Of course, it's allied.
It's open to all public. There's no restrictions over there. Where are you?
And there's no signs that say that that area is restricted.
That's all he doing.
Like I said, it's only for people that have appointments, or people that have a purpose that has to do with a case with the state attorney's office. People that are coming in to drop charges, a witness, things like that.
And that's what was told to you during your training.
That's correct, sir.
Okay.
That's what we have to do here.
But somebody told you that from your training, you saying?
That's correct, sir.
Okay.
Let me see what I'll tell you here. Messages.
And the thing is, I wasn't even really pressing this. Like out of all the videos he could have chosen, I don't know why he chose this one. I guess it was because it was my newest one at the time. But I wasn't even really pressing the issue here. Y'all know that.
Well, they go round and round about this for a few minutes, and then the media director of the courthouse shows up.
So he obviously wasn't paying attention, because this is not a courthouse. This is a court building.
So
and remember, again, the state attorney made it clear that the building I was in was not a courthouse.
let's see what she has to say about this. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, shall we?
You're dropping charges.
Or I have a purpose.
Okay, so what's the purpose?
See, this is thing here. All I had to do was say a purpose that he would deem valid or whatever, but what I was doing was official business. So I don't know when official business became an invalid purpose, but it's only because they don't know, and it's not taught that we have the right to do what I was doing.
I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. I told you I'm documenting already.
Have you contacted the state attorney's office?
So I'm the media director for this.
Now she came over here and introduced herself and became a part of this because she thinks that she knows and whatever, but she has no idea about the rights of the people. Because if she did, she would have said, "Oh, you're here to document the building. Let me show you around. Here, I can give you a tour if you like." That's what you do.
State attorney.
Okay.
I haven't heard from you, so if I would be happy to give you my information, you can email me and we can talk about whatever you need, but we don't have.
And somebody actually did email her, and she did not want to talk. Obviously, oh, give me the email and we'll talk about this. They don't even want to talk. Somebody emailed her, and her response was more BS, like she's giving BS right now.
Anything on file for you coming in today?
I don't have anything on file for you. What do you mean? You don't need to have anything on file. I'm going to document the building. Y'all are conducting your official duties, and the citizens have the right to monitor you while you're doing that?
To gather any content.
What do you mean? There's
Do you see what I just told you on here, dude? That you have to give advance notice to somebody who's the judge's designee, and it appears that this is their designee, the media director. So therefore, you've got to give advance notice to her in order for you to do this. And if you would have given her advance notice a long time ago, maybe a day or two ahead of time, maybe you'd be able to be allowed to walk around the building and film with.
So this cartoon character, I don't like the way that he said I'll be allowed to. That's the same as saying you have to ask permission and they have to allow you to exercise your rights. It makes no sense. And again, this guy does not know what he's talking about because I'm not even in the courthouse. I'm in a court building, and the state attorney made it clear. I wasn't even aware that it was a difference, but they made it clear. They told me that it's a clear difference. This is not a courthouse. So and they made that clear for some reason. But he keeps going back to this administrative order that deals with the courthouse.
With an escort, and then you would have gotten your content if you actually had a story.
This is the story. He doesn't get it. This is the story.
But no, that's not gonna fit your little narrative right there that you're being persecuted because you're a journalist. No, that's not.
I don't know what this straw man argument is that they bring up about me being persecuted and blah 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 blah. I'm simply showing that they will, if you're conducting lawful business, you go in there to record and document public officials or conducting their official duties, which we have the right to monitor them and making sure that everything is on the up and up.
Not gonna fit your little narrative right there. Of course not.
What is my narrative? Can y'all tell what is my narrative? I tell y'all, I show y'all what happens, and I share my opinion of what happens. If you want to call that a narrative, then go right ahead. But it seems the person that seems like they're trying to create a narrative right now is the person who made this video, because they obviously don't know what they're talking about, but talking like they know what they're talking about and trying to make people think that they're right.
citizen of this country, right?
I mean, you can just walk into a school and.
Why are you naming a school? We're not in the school.
Because that's a public building, and this is a public.
Bad example. Why don't you just walk into a school? Why do they bring that up? Why would I want to go into a school and go in? Why would I want to do that? Why would you even bring that up? We're not in a school. We're in a court building, and where adults are and officials conducting official business supposedly. I don't know why they would bring up a school. I don't know why they bring up Walmart. I don't know why they bring up private businesses. They always dance around everything but the situation that we're in right now.
Like I explained to
But school is different.
building, but there's only certain areas are restricted. Like
Yeah.
This is a restricted area.
And you need a purpose.
This is
Right, and
all
so I'm
open here.
telling you, since you're a member of the media, you said that
Yeah.
I'm the media director, so if you
Okay.
want to reach out to me via
Yes,
email,
ma'am.
I can get you set up with whatever you need.
They're close.
Well, go ahead and say your
for
email.
holiday.
I can
They
give it to
open
you
up
right
again
now.
tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's aaron.maloney@sao13th.com.
Okay. But that's still
So SAO is state attorney's office. And you know, she really didn't want to once she realized that she was on camera, and not just on camera, that she just said her email on camera. You see how quickly she got out of there?
Open up
Right
again
now?
tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's aaron.maloney@sao13th.com.
Okay. But that still
Yeah, this
doesn't satisfy
yeah, but then
what
you
I'm
can't
here
go
to do.
upstairs, my man. I'm sorry.
Okay, can you finish getting the number that you?
Yes, here you go. The supervisor that is on shift today is his name is Mr. White.
You know, he was firm on his stance, like you're not getting it, you're not getting in here. He thought I was gonna continue to try to take it to another level, but I wasn't even gonna try to do all that right here. I could have, but I didn't.
And his phone number is 8.
Ended up going to the next building, and that ended up being an even crazier scene because you had the sheriff, that corrupt, hateful sheriff, come out and he tried to read me administrative order, but he didn't want me to record him reading the administrative order. It was crazy. You talk about no transparency and corruption.
1-3-285-3376.
A lot of people are misinformed about the rights of citizens. You said Mr. White?
Yes, sir. You know, there's certain places in public buildings that are restricted.
I get that. It would be the areas that said restricted or authorized personnel only. Like I went down there and there was a sign on the window that said restricted area. Those are the areas I can't go in. But as far as public areas,
Yeah.
this is public. Just like when you try to stop me from going down that hallway.
Yeah, but I was finding where you needed to go. I
Yeah,
just want to make sure you can go to the.
Yeah, but first you said I couldn't go down this hallway.
Just make sure that you.
Yeah, but it's an open hallway.
Yes.
Just like if I go,
here, you could.
Yeah, so upstairs is open until you get into a restricted area or a office that is locked up.
I've been told nobody comes through here unless they have an appointment. Okay, they have a purpose with the state attorney's office. Okay, and they have the documentation that they are here as a witness to a case. Okay, they have an appointment to see someone.
Yeah.
Or somebody that has the documentation because they want to drop the charges against someone.
Right, and Mr. White would be the one who told you that.
No, Mr. White's not the one that told me that because he was not my supervisor at the time.
Okay, can you name the supervisor who told you that?
He's no longer here with us.
Okay.
One final point before I sign off on this video. This doofus complains about lack of.
Look at the name calling and the insults. This person who made this video would not say this to my face, guaranteed. And for him to say this and be wrong, it's even more unbelievable. He's calling, he's name calling, you know, saying all this stuff, trying to say I'm making this narrative, all of this, when he's completely wrong about the whole thing. This issue here was not about filming. I hope you get Blackheart Knight. If you see this video, I hope you pay attention and realize that they never said I couldn't film here. This was never, they never stopped the only way that they stopped my First Amendment was denying me access to a different point of the building. They never said I need to turn off my cameras. They never said I couldn't film. In fact, if I would have gave him a BS reason to go upstairs and I got upstairs and started filming, it wouldn't be a problem because filming wasn't the issue here. And the administrative order that you look up and say I wouldn't show or I wouldn't do research on, and I'm glad I actually did go ahead and check it out and see what was going on, to know that this administrative order is for courthouses, and via the state attorney's office, they reached out and commented on the video and made it clear to me that the building that I was in right here was not a courthouse. So that administrative order that you're trying to paint throughout this entire video doesn't even apply. And again, the issue here was not me recording.
Signage in the area, letting him know that he can't go past an area without some issue. But I just noticed this blurry sign right here in his video. Let's take a quick look at it and see what it has to say. Oh, wait, security screening. So therefore, yeah, this is a secure area.
Security screening, it be a secure area does not mean restricted. So you doing all this for what? How stupid are you? To be calling me a moron and all of these names, how stupid are you? Nobody's it can be a security checkpoint. That doesn't mean past that area is restricted. Being restricted and for or a authorized personnel only area is not the same thing. But again, that's why I do not take trolls serious. I do not. They will never get to me. They will never get under my skin. It will never bother me because they are idiots.
So you've been standing here arguing about this BS nonstop for quite a while, and yet you failed nonstop for quite a while, and yet you failed to notice this sign right here. Wow. Come on now, dude. Do better. Because
He's telling me to do better. He's telling me to do better when he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's the mindset of a troll. They don't know what they're talking about, but that's why I say you can there's no rational, reasonable thinking when it comes to trolls. Y'all see, y'all think I'm gonna go back and forth in the comment section with these trolls, with people who have this type of mindset and think like this? And no way, no sir. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate him making this video because this caused that video to do a lot better than it may have did without him, doing this. So again, trolls help. The trolls help.
this would have let you know that this is a secure area.
We knew that.
So, man, this was a big epic fail on your part right here, dude. Yeah, do better. So
So he made this channel to draw attention to his channel, and he was completely wrong about everything. That his whole premise of doing this video, he was absolutely wrong about, because he believes that this was a me filming issue, when this was not a me filming issue. This was a me not giving them a good, not giving them a reason that they felt was good enough for me to go past this security checkpoint. Had nothing to do with filming. The administrative order that you pulled up had nothing to do with this building. So epic fail for you.
at any rate, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on
Blackheart Knight, show your face, man. That's what I want to say. Show your face, show who you are. Just do that. That's the only way that I could halfway take you serious. You got to show your face at least. I'm not going to argue with somebody who has a skeleton face and some demon eyes as their profile. Come on, bro. You sound like a South Park character. You're not even a real person, man. Can y'all believe that? He been wrong about everything in the video and steady calling me names and trying to. That's the mindset of a troll. Exactly. The whole concept of cameras came from, I believe, our eyes. How can we capture what our eyes see and be able to review it and share it? How can we take that and what the technology that humans come up with? And how, man, I don't want to sit and write everything I see. I don't want to, let's, how can we have a better way for people who don't have photographic memory? Exactly, man. Yeah. Mm. Trolls are driven by bad spirits and have no real purpose except self-satisfying chaos, and mayhem with antagonizing word salad and sarcasm. That was perfect, Patty. That was a perfect summary. Yeah. The thing is, we need to see what's going on in these buildings. They shouldn't be hiding anything in these buildings. They shouldn't be hiding people. They shouldn't be hiding their staff. They shouldn't be hiding anything. Everything that's public should be public. Everything that's private, they need to get out of the public eye. Not make the public, instead of taking the private things and making it private, they try to make public private when it doesn't work like that. So y'all, let's go back to, let's go back. Let's share this tab and let's go back. This is the state attorney's office who made this comment right here. The state attorney of Hillsborough County saying, we're sincerely sorry for your confusion. To be clear, this is not a courthouse this person was trying to gain access to. So that this person, they're talking about me, and they're saying the building that I was, the building or the area that I was trying to gain access to was not the courthouse. This is a restricted area portion of the building across the street from the courthouse. Now, is it a restricted area or is it a secured area? We need to be clear on that. But nothing about it said that it would be a restricted area. I don't see how it could be a restricted area if it was open to the public. If they had any person, regardless of being a media member, any person, regardless of being a media member, needs a purpose and approval to go into the secure area at the office. So is it a secured area, restricted area? Is it a secured area or is it a restricted area? But again, that's a whole nother debate that we would have to, talk about this and why this person made that video on about my video based on recording and photography and video in the video. And let's go. This is the order. So this is the order. And this order was talking about these buildings right here. This is the building that these are the building or the court facilities that this building pertain to. Not the court building that I was in. Just to let y'all know. Now they're saying that the building I walked to before that 700 building may fall into this. So if he would have did that video on that building, then this might have made sense. But it didn't make sense for this video, which because he's saying I don't do my research and I don't blah 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 blah. Obviously he doesn't. They do a few they skim through a couple of things and it's whatever. But This order has nothing to do with the building I was in. This video got 9.6 views. He did it 4 weeks ago. I think that's around the time I dropped this video. And I just jumped in the comment section and said, thank you for supporting my channel. You know, all he did was drive traffic to my channel and be wrong. Terrible, man. Show your face. No live streams. He won't show his face on the live stream. He's friends with Wrangler. We're not gonna click on that, but he's friends with Wrangler. He got Wrangler on his panel, but nobody shows their face here on their panel. Nobody shows their face on their panel. They're just talking boxes. Hold on, y'all. My bad. I know I wasn't sharing it, but here we go. See, he doesn't show. They don't show their face. This is the only live stream he did 4 months live. He doesn't show his face ever. He just continues to make videos. Talk about trolls and steady talking bad about people. Look. Steady name calling, steady. Patty said it the best, man. You got this guy, you got the Wrangler, you got all of these anti-auditing channels, which how can you be anti-civil rights? And their argument is that you have a misinterpretation of what the First Amendment says, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then you can't just do anything and go film. You can't just film any and everything you want. No, you know, I'm a reasonable person. I know there's going to be certain restrictions to what I'm doing. And those certain restrictions would be, you can't just walk into an unauthorized area. You can't just walk into a restricted area. You need to be there, you know, during normal business hours, normal time. You can't just roll up in there. You can't be out. You can't be in there at times where they're not open. You know, pretty much common sense stuff. All of these are the wrong type of people if they are corrupt, tyrannical, and lack accountability and don't want to have transparency. I don't know what kind of trouble you're talking about. If it's paid for by tax dollars, government funding, etc., then it belongs to the people. They must always remember they work for us. That's why I say that we should have in every public building a chart, a structural chart showing where the citizens line up and where all the public officials line up under that. The citizens are at the top of the pyramid. Every single time, every city, every state, citizens are at the top. It's not the other way around, but they flip the city structure upside down in their minds. Yeah, the tone of his voice is menacing and he's looking to be confrontational. Exactly. Same that it's the same MO with all of them. That's the same way that all of them approach, even in the comment section. If it's not on the video, it's in the comment section. It's the same type of, it's the same thing. It's the same type of chaotic energy that's not of anything good. Even if somebody, I can see if somebody had a good heart and they just honestly didn't understand what was going on and then they spoke on it, or they just had a difference of opinion. But these people will come and like this are malicious with it. They want to name call, insult, and do all of this other stuff that they know they wouldn't do in person. Man, come on now. You know he ain't been in nothing. He ain't been in no situation. Anybody who's really been through anything does not approach life like this guy. Or Frauded Wrangler or any other trolls in general. Most people who've been through something, they don't approach life like that because they know it's real out here. We need to be filming the lobbyists getting paid by the companies who profit for war. Yeah, but those people are in the public buildings. They're in those city halls. Uh they're in those federal buildings, and we're trying to get in there, and they don't want us in there. They say they're using their freedoms to be jerks. They have no lives. Exactly. That's another reason why I don't delete comments. And I'm not gonna copyright strike them or nothing like. I'm not gonna attempt to copyright strike them. I'm not gonna delete comments because I really believe in the First Amendment. You can say what you want, you know, but just know in the real world, saying what you want, you're gonna have to be ready to stand on that too. An intelligent person can extrapolate if they act a certain way in front of the camera, how they're going to act when the camera is not on the source of things. Yes, an accurate block diagram of the structure in order of things. There has to be more that can be done. There's always more that can be done in with any and everything, but you have to start somewhere. You have to do something, you know, by picking up a camera and just going and document what's going on in your local town. It should not be you. Once you realize how big of a deal they make it, you start to wonder. Well, what's the big deal? What's the big secret? What are y'all hiding? Why is this? Why are y'all so triggered by this? What is going on here? This makes people more suspicious. If they didn't seem like they were hiding anything, First Amendment artists wouldn't be a big deal. They wouldn't be that interesting to watch. The reason that they're so interesting to watch is it's because of the reactions from different people tripping out about absolutely nothing. What is the big trigger? But then you go to see it's the reaction is like somebody who is guilty of something. They start to get defensive. They start to get aggressive. They start to just say anything that doesn't make sense. They get to try to manipulate you to have you thinking a certain way, or have you. Uh, it's just all. It's just more and more of. It makes it more interesting because you're saying, well, something's up here. At first you didn't know, but once you start seeing stuff like this, you're like, oh man, it got to be something going on, because why would they do that? Any rational person is thinking that. Now, if you're an irrational person and you just think you should just follow the rules and follow all the rules that the government put in place, and you don't question them, don't question law enforcement, they're right in every scenario, and you just do everything that they want you to do and all that. If you're that type of person, I don't know how you can be that type of person. I can never be that type of person. People in my family haven't been that type of person. I wasn't raised around people with that type of person. Exactly. It's so many places that you know you literally can't say what you want. You can't do nothing uh, because they don't have a constitution. The people in power get to do absolutely everything they want. I spit on it as a youth until I put my foot down and got proper training. There you go. Sometimes people you might let until somebody tell you, hey, don't let somebody else do this to you. This is what you do. You know, don't really have one, can be arrested for swearing, which is crazy. Given what yeah, man. That's insane being able, but it's almost to that point here. If a cop doesn't like what you said, if you said a swear word to him, that cop can take you to jail, they can throw cuffs on you, beat you down, throw you in the back of the squad car, take you around the corner, beat you up, then take you in, and all of that for your charges to be dropped. But you still got beat up, you still got your freedom taken away from you, you still got put into a system. It's so many things, and now all your charges drop, and you're good to go. People that immediately hand their ID to police, exactly. People, because a lot of people don't know that you have rights. You can say no, you're not getting my ID. people don't even think that you like don't know that you can question them. Like, why are you even asking for my ID to begin with? What do you want it for? I was always that type of person. I ask why when somebody asks me something, or or I want to know why. Why are you asking me this? Why are you trying to get me to do this? Why? Because it needs to be a reason that I feel is valid, or it needs to be a reason that is valid. You know, you just wanting to have my ID just because it's gonna fulfill your ID addiction. No, you're not getting my ID to fill your addiction, and put me into the system and do all this other stuff. No, you're not just gonna. No, I'm not going for that. And most citizens would not go for that if they knew that they had a different option. Exactly. Come Texas, we have open carry. Last thing people worry about is a camera, and they legalized swords like 3 years ago. Is it? That's what I'm saying. Like, cameras should. I can't believe that people still try to act like cameras are a big deal when cameras are literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. You got them in. You got satellite cameras. You got cameras on every single building, inside and out. You got cameras all on street lights, every street corner. Cameras. Why is it a big deal when somebody adds one more camera to the bunch just because it's in somebody's hand?